Hello, Jen here, and I have my layout for you for August's Stretch the Sketch series. So I showed you the sketch that we're using at the beginning of the video. It's a page map sketch. Here it is again. I absolutely love this. When I actually saw it for the first time, just little on my computer, I kind of thought it was bats instead of butterflies, and I was leaning towards doing maybe a Halloween layout, but most of my stuff is packed up right now, so I am using the supplies that I kept out. Most of these are from my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit that I put together for the month of August and maybe even into September, depending on how our move is going and how quickly I can unpack and get things ready. So I'm gonna do this cute little teeny tiny layout this month. This is a tiny little traveler's notebook insert that I got from Dollar Tree, and the pages are pretty tiny. They're not quite 4x6. If you can kind of see, sticking out of both ends of the pages are actual pictures in their 4x6 size that I kind of slipped in so that I would know where all of the pictures are going to go when I complete this. And you can see that the pages are almost 6 inches long and not quite 4 inches wide. So maybe something like 5 3/4 by 4.5 or 3.5, something like that. Just cute and teeny and tiny. And I thought that this would just be a fun way to kind of mix things up a bit. I've been doing a lot of 2-page layouts lately, so sometimes it's fun to mix it up and do something a little bit smaller. And this is actually pretty small for me. This is the smallest traveler's notebook that I've ever worked in, so it's kind of fun to just change up those sizes and give yourself a little bit of a challenge. So I'm using some of my Vicky Boutin Color Story collection that I got from Christy. It had the butterflies on that paper, so I thought that kind of worked well with the butterflies that you see in the sketch. And then I have a few little bits of ephemera, and I found that circle, so I thought that was kind of fun. It brings in a few extra colors, and it matches the tones in the collection because it's from the collection, and then it also kind of has that fun colorful butterfly feel to it. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of taking the idea from the sketch of the 2 pieces of pattern paper that you see that sort of divide the page in half, and then I'm going to put this purple on each side to kind of give roughly the same feel that you get from the sketch, but just kind of in this smaller size. So it's like a snippet from the center of the sketch, I guess you could say. So the purple is just the back of that butterfly paper, as you can see here when I flipped it over, and it just kind of brings a little bit of that fun color to the page. And then there you can see is the circular element. And so then this picture that I'm going to put on this side is about 2 by 3, but I've cut it down just a little bit to kind of make it feel right on the page. And that is a butterfly that's sitting in a little glass flower. I think there's orange slices in that flower. And then over on this side, I had these teeny tiny little pictures. They're about 1 by maybe 1.5, and those are some flowers. And so this entire album is a trip that we took to the zoo with my daughter and her class. And this is from the butterfly conservatory that they have there. So of course it's filled with tons of butterflies, but also tons of flowers. And I absolutely love taking pictures of florals, so I have a lot of them. So there'll be a few pages with my flowers and butterflies in them. And when I printed these pictures 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, I guess I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with them. I thought I would make some sort of mini album with them. So I did intentionally print some of these photos really tiny. And now, of course, years later, I still haven't actually done anything with them. And I think they're too small to put onto a big 12 by 12 layout. And and you're just going to miss them. So when I remembered that I had these cute little traveler's notebooks, I thought this is the perfect size and it's the right amount of pictures, and I think that they fill up the page really nicely. And because everything is scaled down and everything is a little bit smaller, it helps you to kind of see each of the pictures a lot more clearly. I think they don't get as lost. And I did use the 6x8 papers that I got instead of the bigger 12x12 papers, just because the patterns are scaled down a little bit more, those butterflies. And so everything just kind of fits a little bit better and looks a little bit more purposeful. So I also added a little strip, or I guess 2 strips up at the top, kind of like in the sketch where I was kind of thinking washi tape, but most of my washi tape is backed. That's kind of what I was thinking when I was looking at the sketch. So I just took one of the little border strips from the butterfly purple paper and cut it in half. So half of it is the purple, half of it is the butterfly, and put that kind of roughly over the circle where it is in the sketch. And then I went into Dollar Tree the other day and found these cute little butterfly stickers, and I thought these would work really good for this particular layout, but also just throughout the book. They do have some foam to them, so there's a bit of dimension, but not a ton, so it kind of adds that little bit of interest without too much dimension. And I think they're really pretty and kind of match the colors that I'm using, the greens and the purples, and so I just kind of put those on both sides. Obviously that's a little bit different from the sketch just because of the size of the page, but I love how this turned out. I finished it with a splattering of Heidi Swapp Color Shine in gold and some enamel dots, and I'm all done. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please check out all the links below for everybody else who's stretching the sketch today, and until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.